Hello, this is Dan, and I am the Asshole Decider. Now, for those of you who don't know, Reddit has a board called Am I the Asshole? In which a person posts a story um, or situation that they got into and asks the people of Reddit if they are, in fact, the asshole. Now, lately, I've been reading a lot of these and found them to be so interesting, um, also sometimes horrifying, that I couldn't help but decide to share them with everyone else. Hi, Ace. That's Ace behind me. He's decided to join me. He's probably trying to warn all of you that I'm, in fact, the asshole all along. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of these stories. I'm specifically going to use the Twitter for M or AITA underscore Reddit, specifically because I kind of like the way they do it, where they just post the actual text. You don't have to get bogged down in comments and everything that people have made on Reddit. So I'll read that. Now, in the future, I'm hoping to actually be able to do these live, so that way I can have people who are watching, in fact, be able to comment along with me. Um, so we're going to start with the first one that came up 3 hours ago. Now, I actually have read a good part of this, um, mainly because I tried to record this before and then had some trouble. So I'm going to try to do my best to read it for you all. Am I the asshole for basically cheating, lying my way into a top university? What the title says. So, I had one really, really bad semester sophomore year, culminating in a 1.2 GPA for that semester. This, of course, dragged down my cumulative. I don't really have a solid explanation. It's the classic case of a quote and quote gifted kid who never had to try and had no work ethic. But I digress. Every other semester of high school, I got good grades. I also always dreamed of attending a top college, but obviously that's not feasible. So I decided, fuck it. And I started hanging out with the academically shady kids at my school to figure out what I should do. I don't mean shady as in they do drugs or whatever, although some of them do Adderall to study. I mean as in kids who want to get good grades and are willing to cheat to do so. Through them, I learned about people who could use keyloggers to change grades and stuff. I got in contact with these people, learned about what they do, and changed things for that semester. I didn't do anything too drastic, just switched up my grades a little so that my cumulative GPA was decent. I hoped I wouldn't get caught, and since I go to a school with thousands of people, I got away with it. Anyhow, I'm a senior now, and I got into my top choice college. One of the guys in the academically shady group, let's call him Clay, really looks down on me for it. Clay's a hypocrite who, IMO, has a lot of cognitive dissonance. He cheats on tests, take Adderall to study, and sells pictures of tests to people desperate to get good grades, and then he still looks down on me for changing up my grades a bit. He goes on a rant about how I don't deserve to get into the college I did. I think the same goes for him. Even more so, actually. He's cheated every semester of his high school career, cheated on his ACTs, and fudged half his extracurriculars. Did I cheat? Well, yes. But changing one semester's grade and then spending every other semester getting good grades and getting a 36 on the ACT without cheating and doing a lot of extracurriculars is surely better than cheating on every single exam that came your way. At the end of the day, I don't think I should be penalized for one semester where I messed up. My ACT score and extracurriculars clearly show I'm not an idiot, and also top schools such as the one I'm admitted to have holistic admissions, which means they weigh stuff like extracurriculars, essays, etc. just as much as grades. So, if I got accepted, that means in reality, every single other factor of my application is good enough. Just because I fucked up one semester doesn't mean I should be punished. And at the end of the day, I feel Cole is a huge hypocrite for criticizing me when he's a far bigger cheater than I ever was. Am I the asshole? So, the answer is yes, you're the asshole, Chief. But here's the thing, Cole's the asshole too. You're both assholes for cheating. Cole cheating more than you doesn't actually make you less of an asshole. That's actually a logical fallacy where we try to use the hypocrisy of another person in order to justify an argument. It's the tu quo, I believe it's pronounced, fallacy. Just because Cole is a massive hypocrite doesn't actually excuse the bad thing that you did. Just think, for every kid that just cheated once, there are kids who never cheated at all, who now, because of your actions, don't get to go to that school. Okay, sorry about that pause there. Uh, so, uh, yeah, as I was saying, your screw up cost someone else their ability to go to that school. And I'm going to assume that that person who you robbed, didn't cheat at all. So, yeah, you're the asshole. All right, let's go on to a different one. Sorry, I've read some of these before while I was browsing. So I'm going to try to pick some who uh, particularly stood out, like this one. Um, this one is insane. Okay. Am I the asshole for having an issue with my sister's child's name? My sister S and I are identical twins. I've always felt like I've never been allowed to have my own things. We have rhyming names. My mom always tried to get us matching clothes, and we shared a bedroom. That's never bothered S like it bothered me. She always wanted to do do same activities as me and hang out with my friend group. When we were 18, she applied to a few of the same colleges as me, but she's never been as good as a student, and she didn't get into my dream school, and I did. I hid it, but I was really excited. Ultimately, it was good for us that S went to a different college. Our relationship improved when I had my own space where I could be myself and not one of the interchangeable twins. I went to graduate school, so I didn't get married until last year. After the wedding, we moved into my hometown to raise our kids close to family. S had been married for 4 years. Unfortunately, her husband, SH, is unable to have kids. They decided to adopt, which I think is fantastic. I'm currently pregnant and having a girl. My husband and I spent a lot of time picking out the perfect name for our future child. I feel so good about this name. Yesterday, S and SH announced to the family remotely that they are officially about to adopt a little girl. They wanted a baby, but ended up having to go with a slightly older kid. 5. She looks absolutely precious, and I was so happy for a few seconds before they announced her name is B, the name that S knows is my daughter's. I thought that was a joke, so I kind of laughed. Then I realized they were serious. Obviously, the girls can't have the same name. Twins with daughters with the same name? Everyone would laugh at us. I feel like all of my problems with S will repeat themselves as everyone compares the girls and lumps them together because they have the same name. They won't be able to have a good relationship because of this. I don't want people nicknaming my kid to distinguish her because I like the full name I chose. And I can't help but suspect that S picked a kid with the same name on purpose, just like she always wanted to be like me when we were kids. I'm planning to talk to S about the situation. One of us needs to change our kid's name, and I'm hoping she'll be reasonable. My kid will get here first. I'm almost at my due date, and I picked out the name first. A lot of parents change their adopted kids' names. They could do that. If the kid won't change her name, S and SH could go with a different kid. There are thousands upon thousands of orphans who need loving homes, and 99.9999% of them don't have this one particular name. They haven't bonded with this one yet. I already have bonded with my baby, and I can't imagine her with another name. Too long didn't read. My twin, who has always copied me, wants to adopt a kid with the same name as my baby. Am I the asshole for saying no? This is stressing me out, and it's not good for my baby. So, are you the asshole? Yes, absolutely. Holy Mother of God. Yes, you are the asshole. I mean, oh my God, there is so much to unpack here. There's the whole completely ignoring that this adopted child has existed for 5 years before your baby name was picked. So having her have to change her name just to appease you is not okay. Telling them to simply pick another kid is absolutely monstrous. Uh, I cannot believe you would even suggest such a thing. That is truly horrible. I mean, could you imagine the heartbreak that that kid would experience if they were to find out that their adoption would be canceled unless they managed to change their name? That sounds absolutely insane. Um, Honestly, this is one, and this happens a lot. I hope this is real. Sure, I really sure that there's a lot of fake ones, fake stories that come up, but oh my God. Uh, yes, you're the asshole. I feel bad for you for having the difficulty of your childhood. Clearly, that affected you a lot. But to then try to force a child to change their name just to make you happy, that is absolutely crazy. Um, Honestly, I hope for that kid being adopted that you and your kid don't really interact with her all that much because, oh boy, yes, you're the asshole. That's crazy. Okay, there. I know if you're watching this screen, there's probably a number of these that you're just looking at and might be like, what the what? And I encourage you to look at these. They are fascinating. But hopefully, me reading them to you and talking about them is equally fascinating. If only because you get to listen to my gorgeous voice. Okay. Am I the asshole for playing an ice prank on my friend? Yes. Oh, oh no. There's absolutely no way that this is going to be a no, you're not the asshole at all. For reference, I live in Texas. That how does that help? Who's that information for that you think that that's going to be like, oh, okay, he's in Texas. That changes everything. For April Fools, I thought it would be funny if a couple friends and I dressed up and pranked our friend who's a DACA recipient. His parents are undocumented despite coming here a long time ago. They also speak only Spanish and very broken English. The timing for this prank was perfect because ICE is doing raids, etc. Okay, this person's going to hell. Yep, this person needs to get Jesus in their life because they are going to hell. That is absolutely one of the most monstrous sentences I've ever read. The timing of this prank was perfect because ICE is doing raids, etc. That is truly horrifyingly bad. Again, I hope this is just fake. That I really hope this is fake because either this is the dumbest, um, dumbest person on the planet, and even then, like that doesn't excuse the sheer level of assholery that this seems to be going for. I got two other guys with me who he doesn't know, okay, and dressed up officially with sunglasses, etc. Is that really all it takes? Sunglasses and etc. We even printed out a fake warrant. We went over to their apartment at 7 in the morning and started banging on their door. We said, "This is ICE here. We got a tip off of an undocumented couple living here. We have a warrant signed off by XYZ. You have the right to remain silent as anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law," etc. We could hear them visibly panicking, and it took everything in us to keep a straight face. Holy shit. Okay, first of all, okay, I know this is minor, but you could hear them visibly panicking. That does not make sense. You could hear them visibly. I mean, this person's obviously either fake or monstrously stupid. And sorry I keep using the word monstrous, but that just seems to be where my mind's going at this point. We took the prank to the next level by saying, "Do not attempt to run away, as we have law enforcement surrounding the area." We bang some more, yell, "Open up," etc. Then my friend comes out, and I say, "April Fools, gotcha!" And we throw confetti at him. He was livid. He unfriended me on everything after I tried reaching him. I texted him at 9, then 10, and now it's almost 1 now. So yeah, I'm guessing it was 7 in the morning that they started this. What complete assholes. I mean, not that, like, really the timing is the issue, but I didn't think the prank would backfire this badly. How? How did I come from a prankster family? What the what pranks was this person doing? Like, what the hell goes on in this family on April Fools? Like, this seems like people have probably died because of this family, going by just how horrifyingly terrible this prank is. Like, my God. Every year we'd play pranks on each other, as families do. And, I just can't. Okay. I understand I took it too far. Oh, good. But is it really worth ending a friendship of over 16 years because of this? Yes. Yes, absolutely. If someone did this to me, like I, if I've never been an undocumented person, I've never been a recipient of DACA. I was fortunate enough to be born in the United States. That is a privilege I enjoy. But using whatever power of empathy or sympathy or whatever to try to imagine what that was like, uh, yeah, I would say ending the friendship is honestly the best outcome that could have happened from this. Honestly, you're lucky this friend didn't just beat your ass. Because honestly, I would not be upset with them if they just fucking decked you. Because holy crap, just holy crap. I guess what you should be asking is, was it really worth ending a friendship by being the dumbest motherfucker on the planet? So, am I the asshole for this prank that backfired badly? Yes, you are. You are definitely the asshole here, without a doubt. My God. Oh my God. Like, it was breathtaking in its sheer dickholery. Okay, some other good ones. I don't want to do too many. Um, I'm gonna try to look for ones that really stand out. Um, wondering what son's friendship. Okay, let's do this. Am I the asshole for forbidding our son his new friendship? Hello, fellow redditors. This is about an incident that happened yesterday. For some context, we live in a small town, and our son, who just turned 13, goes out a lot to the local basketball court to play. He usually goes there with his best friend, 14. Let's call him Jay. There are people of all ages playing on this court. Since we are in a kind of lockdown, the basketball court is closed, and our son spends his time on the phone with his Jay instead, playing video games together. Yesterday, we heard him talk on the phone, and when he was done after a few hours, he came over in the living room. We asked him how Jay is doing, and he told us that he didn't talk to Jay, but his new friend, S, he met on the court last week. It turns out Jay met S in the grocery store yesterday, and S asked for our son's number. He told us that they talked a lot about basketball, but also movies, TV shows, video games, and that S suggested to play video games together online. Also, that they could go see a movie together after the lockdown ends, or for a meal. Okay? We were excited for him until my husband asked how old he is. Oh God, he's 31. Oh no. Oh no, this took a turn. Oh no. We were shocked, to be honest. Uh, Later talked about this and agreed that this was just creepy and our son shouldn't have contact with S anymore. Because which 31-year-old wants to be friends with a 13-year-old? Asked to go to movies together. Yeah, that is a very good question. Okay. Yeah, I would say you're not the asshole for ending that friendship. We had a long talk with our son about it, and although he was a bit sulky at the start, he understood where we were coming from and also admitted that he was feeling uncomfortable in between us asking him a lot of questions, not inappropriate ones, but a lot. Oh, okay. Ooh. And he was okay with not letting S contact him anymore. My husband also said that if S would insist on meeting, etc., he would have a talk with him, and he could always come to us if something is up. Okay, I mean, it sounds good so far. Today, I called my father, and this subject also came up in our convo. My father was really astonished and said, why would we cut off a potential friendship like that without getting to know S first? That he has friends that are 15 to 20 years younger than him, that maybe S couldn't have kids or was looking for a little brother, that we were acting paranoid. Not everyone has bad intentions. His friend was over and overheard and called us helicopter parents, and that our son isn't 5 years old and we have no right to interfere like that. So, fellow Redditors, what do you think? Are my husband and I the assholes for cutting off the contact with S like that? There's so much. There's so much there that, my God, he's not 5. My age. When I was 5, every man in the village knew me. Oh my God. I was friends with every 31-year-old man in the town. Oh my God. What? 5? 5? Come on. Once you're 6, you can be expected to be in control of stuff like that. Once you're 6, you have full run of the town. Call whoever the hell you want. Is that why the like, I think I understand sometimes how mortality rates have gone down over time. Like, my God, you namby-pamby motherfuckers! You need to let him be a man. He's not 5. Let him be friends with any 30-year-old he wants. Oh my God. You need to forward your dad and your dad's friend to the FBI or something. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, the dad might have friends who are 15 or 20 years younger than him, but I hope he didn't start being friends with them when they were children at that point. I mean, if S couldn't have kids, I mean, there are better ways to be able to interact with kids in safe ways that aren't creepy. I mean, I'm sorry, it is creepy. And, you know, I have worked with people who um, may not have, uh, people who are older, even beyond 30 years old, who don't quite understand how to properly interact with children. Because I have a history of working with people with cognitive and developmental disabilities. So there have been times where you know that can happen, and maybe S is a person with a cognitive disability. Maybe he doesn't understand, but it is still perfectly okay for parents to not be okay with that at all. Like I said, I mean, there are better ways. If it's something like he likes kids, likes playing with kids, maybe since he's on the basketball court, maybe he likes, he could be a coach, or, become a coach or something like that. Like, I think, um, even if S was on the level, um, no, you're not the asshole for not letting your kid hang out with him. And honestly, I hope the other kid, Jay, I believe it was. I hope he gets. I hope they're being careful with that too, because he might be in need of that same kind of supervision when it comes with S, and also maybe a lesson on not sharing other people's information with people um, who you don't know that well. Whew. Oof. Okay. Punishing my daughter for not coming to my wedding. Okay. Am I the asshole for punishing my daughter for not coming to my wedding? I got married last weekend in my parents' house, which has been in the family for generations. For health reasons, only immediate family was there. My daughter, 16, female, had been calling her new stepmom, 21, female, 20, 21. Your daughter's 16. What is wrong with you? This is not looking good for him not being the asshole. Calling her names like homewrecker and prostitute, and I have been patient with her. She assumes I left her late mother because she had breast cancer. Oh my god. She assumes I left her late mother because she had breast cancer. Yep. Uh, yep. Okay then. I'm just gonna let that sentence sit there. However, I did not leave her mother for having cancer. Oh, good. Nobody decides to have cancer. Yeah, sure. That is true. No one decides to have cancer. However, her late mother, her late mother. Okay, he he left her mother when she had breast cancer, and the mom then died. Oh my god. So the answer is going to be yes. I feel they are the asshole. Uh, Not just in this situation. I assume, in general, that this person is in fact the asshole in every situation they have ever been in. They are the asshole. Her late mother kept using her illness to devalue me and my sense of identity. She'd criticize the way I was taking care of her, and even stuff like my hygiene or the cologne I was wearing. She made me feel worthless, and I felt like she was projecting her own insecurities by saying the smell of my cologne was disgusting because she never made an effort to keep herself up. And despite the fact that I objectively found her disgusting sometimes, I stuck by her until my self esteem was destroyed. I would work hard, closing deals all day, and be acknowledged for my efforts at work. Yet I'd go home and she'd criticize and nag about every once of my being. I met her stepmom when I was in a dark place. She made me feel like I could be myself again. My wife made me feel unattractive and sexless, and with my new wife, I felt alive. Just the fact that she appreciated me and felt physical chemistry with me made me want to do anything for her, to want to provide for her. This motherfucker is wondering why his cancer-ridden wife might not be feeling physical chemistry with him at the moment. Uh, I'm sorry she insulted your cologne. Uh, I think she, I think she might have been going through some things though. Objectively found her disgusting. What an asshole. Okay, sorry, I'm back again. So, let's continue with this asshole. I cannot. I mean, I don't know how it can get worse. Uh, that's when I decided not to bullshit my wife anymore and file for divorce. Oh, I bet this asshole cheated on his wife first. Yeah, that's like 100% guarantee. Last weekend, when I and her stepmom went to the site of the wedding early, we expected to see her drive to the wedding later. But instead, she ended up going to stay with her aunt. Everybody asked where she was, and there was chaos from my side of the family locating her. As punishment, I took her car and allowance away and have taken her phone away until I feel that she can learn to be respectful towards someone I very much love. And that it will be impossible for her to do so if she keeps having to hear from her late mom's side of the family. My parents have called and said that I was being too harsh. However, even when things are tough, I feel I cannot let a child of mine believe they can just do whatever they want. Am I the asshole? Yes, 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 yep, yep. You're the asshole. Yep, 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 yep. Honestly, I don't know what else to. I mean, it's almost so assholish that this whole post needs to be like put and preserved in the dictionary or an encyclopedia just so future generations can witness the peak level of assholery human being can achieve. I just I hope this is fake. I mean, it's just so horrible that I really hope it is. I really hope it's fake. I really hope that there's no one this awful. Not only awful in that they've done the things that they did, but also awful in that they were able to write this and not once think to themselves, are people gonna judge me badly based on what I'm writing? Because I feel like there's no way that, like, how could you be so oblivious to your awfulness to not be able to see how this would look? I mean, You left your cancer-ridden wife for a woman who I'm guessing is probably about or less than half her age. Um, Actually, I'd say definitely less than half her age. Now that I do the math in my head, I'm guessing this dude's probably like 50. So yeah, definitely less than half his former wife's age. His former deceased wife's age. I mean, my God. And he has the audacity to like try to even pretend like his actions are justified. Like if there's any way it was his wife who drove him away, who was so abusive to him that he could only be consoled by a creepily younger woman. Uh, Especially because, like, I'm very curious how old she was when he met her. Because that's not explored. I mean, she's apparently 21 right now. I don't know how long ago it was when they met. It's possible she was even like 20, which it's horrifying. Dude's a predator. That's all I can like. I know legally he's not in trouble, but like I, I just can't. I Wow. Yeah. I think in some ways I found the perfect story to end on because I don't think there's going to be another story today that's going to even come close to that. Uh, well, this has been my first video as the asshole decider. And if you enjoyed it, I hope you like and subscribe. I'm going to try to do, hopefully, a live video um, soon, because that seems to me like a fun way of doing things. Um, until then, take it easy, and hopefully, you're not the asshole.